Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. I know I am once again late on my Alliance War rewards opening. I think the season ended like almost a week ago now. I can't even keep track of time. But I had a bunch of other videos that needed to come out before this, including the final war video, which came out this morning. So I'm finally getting an opportunity to sit down and record my rewards opening. So we'll cover the rewards, of course. Here we have a few 6 stars to open, a couple 7-star basics to open as well, and then we'll hop into the review portion of the video. So let's go ahead and claim these rewards first. All right, let's jump right into the rewards. No relics today. I'm kind of hoarding all of my relic resources. I think I have every relic in the game, and I really feel like the prestige bumps that you get from adding sig levels to the existing relics isn't really worth it. I'm kind of holding everything until they come out with some new relics, so nothing there today. So we have 3 Nexus Crystals open today, 2 signs and 1 skill. And I'm using these to chase the remaining champs that I'm missing from the basic pool. And then again, we'll open 2 7-stars here. So we have 2 of these Science Nexus Crystals here. So the only Science champ that I'm missing from the base pool right now is OG Captain America. So we're hoping to see him out of one of these just to kind of, complete my collection. Nothing here. We'll take the Max Sigs on Red Guardian. And then wrong Captain America. But I guess we'll take him regardless here. So okay, another season goes by and no OG Cap. That's fine. And then for the third and remaining Nexus, if we can back out of here, I am missing Chilth is the only basic skill champ that I'm missing here. So skill Nexus, come on, red triangular pyramid thingy. There we are. Okay. All right. Yeah. So Chilth really the only champion that I'm missing out here. So hopefully she pops out. What are we getting? Crossbones, Zemo, and Elektra. We'll take the Max Sigs on Zemo. That's fine. We'll just keep hunting. Again, these 6 stars, they don't really mean too much to me anymore. Just kind of rounding out the collection. All right, we have enough shards for 2 7-star basic crystals. Let's go ahead and buy both of them here. Add another one. Out of this, I think my number 1 pull right now would be a first-time dupe on Vox, who is Tactic this upcoming season, and I have enough resources to take them to rank 2, so that would be a really, really timely pull out of this basic crystal. But there's a lot of pulls that I still need out of here. I see Hyperion going by. That would be a cool first-time dupe. Yeah, let's see what we get. 7-star basic, number 1 from War Rewards is giving us a first-time dupe on Hulk. That is excellent. I'm very happy with that one. That's a good one. I was trying to think if anybody else comes to mind here as far as 7 stars. I'm missing so many. Like Null would be cool. Warlock is a champ that I still don't have as a 7-star. Dupe on Silk would also be pretty sweet. I see her rolling by there. Let's go ahead and tap, and 7-star basic number 2 is giving us another 26 on Chavez. All right, well, there are worse pulls, I guess, than that. Sig 80 Chavez, that probably that is definitely a prestige bump here. It's 2409. So yeah, about 130 point bump in prestige. So I'll take that for sure. All right, let's jump right into the review portion of the video. All right, let's go ahead and first off take a look at the season summary. So we did end up sneaking into the bottom of the Masters bracket. If you were following the war videos this season, it really did come down to the last war where we needed a win and probably some help in order to get in. We did end up getting that win, which brought our record up to 6-6 for the season, and that actually placed us at the last spot, rank 20 in Master. And we were only, I think, 3 attack bonuses ahead of the number 1 spot in Platinum 1, so it was really, really close. Now, you notice, of course, this says rank 18, not rank 20. It looks like a couple of the alliances in Tier 1 ended up getting docked, which bumped us up. So not a rewards increase, but congrats to the 2 alliances in Platinum 1 who were bumped up to Masters, so good on them. The season for me, in terms of my KD ratio, it was fine. 48 kills is my lowest ever since coming to SSX. I think my first season here I had 49, and that was the season where they were, I think, just trying to like feel out my skill level and my comfort level with certain fights. So to not even get up to that point was a little bit of a bummer. I'd be lying if I said that I didn't feel like somewhat of a passenger in my battle group for a lot of the season. We had a lot of really good players with high ranked tactic attackers taking the majority of the very difficult fights. William, in particular, was taking bullseye bosses like every single war. And then we had Ka with a rank 3 White Tiger taking a bunch of the difficult cosmic fights like Serpent and Gore and whatnot. So, I did my best to contribute where I could, of course, and there will be seasons when I will have much higher kill rates than this, so I'm not going to complain about it. But I really wish that I did feel like I had contributed more this season. So 48 kills for me, again, 3 deaths. 3 deaths is my lowest death count since season 45, I think it was, where I went that was the last time I went deathless. So definitely have brought the deaths down in the past few seasons. Crush was awful. We don't need to recover that again. Last season with Magic Thief, I think I died 4 times. So 3 is fine. I would really like it to be lower. That's just kind of the standards I hold myself to. All right, next up, let's take a look at my fight summary for the season. Greens, of course, are solos. Yellows are fights that I gave up a death to. We have no doubles this season, which was great. I think I doubled to a fight last season. So happy to not see any light orange colored boxes here. My favorite fight of the season, probably, I think I called this out in the video, but that Domino Mini in War 11, I think, was my favorite fight. There was just something cool about, we kind of had to pivot. We had originally assigned a Nimrod, but we couldn't fit him into the plan, and then we had a Prowler in the field who was going to be assigned, but we kind of thought better about it. And I had originally put in the plan like, let's send me with Omega Sentinel here. Here's exactly how I think the fight would play out. Here's exactly how I would play it. I think it would be very safe and very effective. And we ended up pivoting to my suggestion there, which I thought was really cool. So that's probably my favorite fight of the season. My least favorite fight, again, it's easy to pick out fights that I died to. That Scorpion in War 3 against Sasquatch was really, really frustrating because Sasquatch died at like 1% health, and it was pretty much like one more hit when I revived to kill him. So that was mega frustrating. The Thing boss, also very frustrating because that was where he had let me intercept him instead of holding block, and then I accidentally triggered Unstoppable, and then that was over. So, but I probably have to go with that Odin fight in War 12. And again, this could be recency bias, but that fight was just truly not a fun time with Hulkling. Hulkling's not a tactic attacker. He counters the node, but he gets special locked, and I fully admit that I could have played that a bit better, but it just wasn't a very enjoyable fight. So, all right, here's a quick look at all of my attackers that I was assigned this season, and Void topping the list once again. I am. I say this like every season. He usually finds his way at the top of my list. This season he ended up being Tactic. He was kind of like a throwback to the old stubborn war tactic, so that's why he and Thing, I think, were included in the pool here. So he always tends to find his way to the top of my attacker lists. Void with 8 fights. Also counted for 2 of my deaths. I think the last season and the season before was the first time I'd ever died with him, so my total Void death count up to 3 now. Hulkling also assigned quite a bit this season. We took a couple onslaughts with him, including that really nice mini-boss at the end of the season to finish up War 12. Iceman, no surprise there. Probably my best overall tactic attacker aside from Void these past 2 seasons. Super valuable. Really glad that I ranked him up and ascended him. And then Longshot and Scorpion rounding out the top 5 there. Longshot was a champion that I'm still pretty new to. I think I've talked about that in my videos this season. Had never been assigned him until I ranked up the 7-star to rank 2. So getting a little bit better with him, getting to understand his mechanics and how best to utilize him and how to be efficient with him. And then Scorpion was blacklisted, I think, last season, so didn't see him at all. It was nice to get a couple fights left with him this season. Then a couple of one-offs to kind of round out the rest of the list here. Iron Man, Omega Sentinel. Again, Omega Sentinel hasn't been assigned in quite some time, but now that I have her at rank 3, although she is a defender this coming season, so I probably won't see her until season 52 on attack. Wiccan got signed him a decent amount of times. Negasonic, I swapped her in for Toad in that last war there. And then Black Cat, Havoc, Ironheart, Mole Man, and Sunspot rounding out the list of champions who only got one fight. Really hoping to see some more Ironheart fights here. I keep looking for opportunities to use her just because I enjoy using her so much, but it's probably going to take another Mutant Defender tactic for me to really see a lot more of her, especially with Omega Sentinel in the mix going forward. And then finally, let's take a look at my expenses for the season in terms of loyalty. We had an income of over 1 million loyalty. That was much higher than last season because we won more wars than last season. We had pretty low expenses, I would say. I really felt like I didn't have to use that many potions and boosts as I've done in previous seasons. That said, I did use more special boosts than I had previously, and I think a lot of that was just, with Hulkling, you typically want to do like a power back boost and a special boost, especially when you're fighting Onslaught. So we did end up with a net profit of nearly 400k. That's pretty standard for like a decent season for me in terms of loyalty. And then our unit spend was very low, only a couple of full energy refills just to finish my path up in a couple of wars. So overall, pretty happy with my my loyalty expenses this season. We do have at least I have another loyalty crystal coming up here in the next, I think, 2 or 3 weeks. And I've got like 14 of those loyalty orb things that I can exchange for. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, if I'm just going to exchange those or if I'm just going to like use my loyalty. I've got like 4.5 million loyalty, so I could absolutely absorb the cost of a loyalty crystal and then use those orb thingies to just exchange for 7-star shards and get another basic. So I'm really not sure what I'm going to do there. I have to noodle on that for a little bit more. Last but certainly not least, I do this in every one of my War Season videos if you follow the channel. I want to give a huge shout out and a thank you to all of the officers and planners in SSX, specifically those who handle those kind of duties for my battle group, which is Battle Group 3. So DLL is our alliance leader. He's also our primary planner in Battle Group 3. This season, we also had Na, aka Mudkip, do a couple plans, and Royu, who apparently has already left the alliance. He's taking a break for a season or two. Big shout out to Royu for handling a lot of the planning duties the past couple seasons. So these guys put in so much work, so much time, a lot of effort getting our defense ready, getting our war plans ready. I've kind of started to dabble in planning a little bit the last couple seasons, and I'm already getting a taste for how time intensive and like the strategic thinking that kind of goes into it. So really have a lot of respect for these guys for putting in that kind of work and effort into planning for a mobile video game. So again, big thank you to those guys. That's going to do it for another War season, folks. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching these videos this season. I do still very much enjoy uploading War videos, especially if they are helpful to people in whether it's in tier 1 or any other tier, just kind of talking through the fights and what I really like explaining things like that. So if you enjoyed this, please let me know by hitting the like button, and as always, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next season.